And we are back at the 2025 CPU Powerlifting National Championships. We are session 8 tonight. We have on platform 1 the 52 and 57 kilo junior lifters, female lifters, and on platform 2 we have the 42, 47, and 69 kilo female junior lifters. I'm here, Mark Magnuson, along with Jeff Butt, our CPU president, and most recently another national championship. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mark. Good to be here with you.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to a very quick session on both stages. We have one flight on each stage on platform 1 and platform 2, so it will move quickly. We'll try to keep up as our loaders and spotters have done an excellent job all week. They move very quickly. They've done a nice job of, one, taking care of the lifters, moving the weight, and making sure that they're safe. We are almost about to start.
Sasha, Emmy, and Emma. Sasha's going to open us off with 80 kilos on the bar.
So there's Sasha here on platform 2, 47 kilo lifter, junior, 80 kilo attempt.
So we have approximately, I think, 14 lifters on the one platform and 16 or 15 on the other platform. It should go rather quickly. We'll watch. One of the things that we talked about, you and I have talked about in the past, is about how the sport is growing and about how the junior lifters, really there has been an exponential increase in the number of juniors we've had the last few years.
Yeah, that's for sure. It seems like the junior and sub-junior ladies are actually increasing more than the men. I think in a couple of cases there, I was counting some numbers there and saying, yeah, this is a good sized group here, and even across the board for all athletes in the CPU, we're getting pretty close to a 50-50 split now.
That's a very, very good to see. It's a very accessible sport. Let's watch Sasha with her opener and Kushpreet with her opener. I think we're looking at two good lifts.
Yeah. Oh, red on one red for each, but that's okay.
It's a good opener. It's good to get the first one in. We'll move along to Victoria on platform 1 and Emmy on platform 2.
Loaded on 2.
105 kilos on platform 1 and 80 kilos on platform 2.
Loaded on 1.
We've had, I would say, and we have tonight, we have a good crowd. We've had a good crowd all week, starting with our Sunday afternoon sessions. The crowds vary, of course, depending on the number of people that are here to watch individual lifters, but it's been pretty much a good crowd every single session. I don't think I've seen one session where we haven't had a significant number of people in the audience.
Yeah, it's been excellent, and powerlifting is very popular in the city of Moosejaw, and it's good to see good crowds out to support the lifters.
All right, we have Emma and Victoria with their successful openers. We're moving on to Joey Lee on platform 1 with 107.5 kilos, and Emma's name is still up. We are moving to Jody Ann. Or are we still at Emma? We're still at Emma with 110 kilos.
110 kilos, yes. And all these young ladies are the junior age, which is 19 to 23.
So explain a little bit about that. I mean, for those that don't know, and powerlifters generally know these categories, but the sub-junior, the junior, and then the open category.
Right, our sub-junior is 14 to 18. Junior is 19 to 23. Open can be any age. And then we have our masters divisions, which is master 1, 2, 3, 4 in 10-year increments, going up from master 1, 40 to 49, and so on and so forth.
Was the sub-junior and junior categories, was that initially envisioned, or and maybe you know this, maybe you don't, but in terms of whether it's high school and then college type ages?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Back when I first started with lifting, we only had junior, so that was 14 to 23. And over the years, the IPF decided to develop the youth and try to make it, that grassroots programming. And now that's a division on its own. And we even have some youth divisions now. So we're trying to even get the people involved with the sport a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
And that seems to be helping out as well. And good on. We had a couple of young kids lifting the last few days, and they did excellent.
All right, we have Joannie and Jody Ann on platform 1 and 2.
Both good lifts.
Yep. Jara is up on platform 1 at 125 kilos, and Alicia is up at 120 on platform 2. Yeah, I noticed a few days ago we did have a number of youth lifters. I think it was either Sunday or Monday, and very successful. They're super enthusiastic. They love the sport.
Yeah, it's good to see that. And you know, most sports people can play at a fairly young age, and you know, there's always a concern with weightlifting that you know, can stunt people's growth and stuff. But I think if it's done properly and get involved with just proper movement and things like that, that's gonna do kids well in moving into future sports, and but hopefully they just stick with powerlifting.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's watch Alicia and Jera. Nice and deep for Jera.
That's 3 white lights on
Good
platform
lift for
1.
her.
And Alicia looks really good as well.
That looks like a good lift.
Easy looking opener.
3
and
white
then
lights.
on to 1, 2, 2,
So
5,
far,
5.
everybody has had a successful opener. We'll move on to Ainsley on platform 1 at 125, and Sophia on platform 2 at 122.5 kilos.
Loaded on 2 for Sophia.
And as expected, we are moving really fast. Spotters and loaders mostly been brought in for this week, and I'll be running nationals next year, and I think I'm going to do the same thing. And they've been excellent.
I was talking to the one platform group. They were brought in from Nova Scotia.
Yes.
A bunch of the guys.
So, yeah, I was just having supper with a couple of those guys.
Sydney with a good lift on platform 1. Sophia is about to go on platform 2. We are halfway through flight 1 already, so as we mentioned, it's going very quickly.
Loaded on 1, Sydney Woods.
That appears to be a good lift for Sophia.
Yes,
it is.
really good, yes.
Excuse me, Sydney is up now at 127.5. That previous lifter was Ainsley.
And we got Christine up on platform 2 at 127.5 kilos.
Both lifters at 127.5 kilos.
Loaded on 2.
Looks very good. Platform 1.
And while we wait for Christina, I'm just going to mention some of our sponsors. Thank you to our major sponsors. Visit Moosejaw, SBD Apparel Canada, Inner Strength Products, and Sask Lotteries. Inner Strength Products is open for in-person shopping all week. The hours are posted online. They're located just across the parking lot, literally about 15 meters from where we sit.
Yeah, it's very convenient if you want to pick up some powerlifting gear while you're at Nationals.
Well, I'll be picking up a squat suit.
There we go.
Yeah, it's an opportunity to try them on and get the right one. We have Jenny on platform 1, and Christine is just about to squat on platform 2. Appears to be a good squat.
Christina's at 69 kilo class and 3 white lights.
Yep. And Jenny with a nice deep squat.
After her, we've got Francesca.
And a successful lift. So when we watch the lifters, again, for those that don't know, or for those that are lifters, they'll know this, but for those that don't know, talk a little bit about the equipment, the shoes, the knee sleeves, and the belt.
Yeah, so they're meant to be non-supportive, and of course still some safety in mind, but they're not supposed to be giving you support. A belt probably would, but you definitely need to use a belt. We have different shoes. So sometimes you'll see a heel shoe weightlifting, but a lot of people now are opting for the very low base shoe that's fairly flat on the floor. So you're going to see some variety here, and it's all certainly person's preference. I think platform 2 we have a heel shoe, if I can see correctly, and
flat shoe on platform 1.
Yeah, the flat shoe on platform 1. Yeah, so
variation there.
yeah, and a lot of times people strengthen weaknesses, and you know, they try to do whatever's going to make them a better lifter.
So when we talk about knee sleeves, are knee sleeves primarily for confidence?
You know, some people will say they get some out of it. I'm not sure if they do or they don't. But certainly it actually keeps your joints warm. So in that, there is certainly a safety aspect for it.
Okay. All right, we have Michelle up on platform 1. We have Francesca up on platform 2. 130 on platform 1 and 132.5 kilos on platform 2.
And both these young ladies have the flat shoe.
Both those look successful. Let's see.
Look good, yeah.
Good on 2.
Yes.
Oh, one red light on, but it was number 2 card, so that may have been upright on the beginning of the lift.
Okay. So again, when you start, there's commands, 2 squat commands, and then there's a start and a finish. But the commands, walk us through that, what they have to do in order to complete a successful lift.
Yeah, so you have to stand upright at the beginning of the lift with your knees locked and your shoulders back in an upright position. When you get to squat command, you go down, you have to squat below parallel, which means that your hip joint has to be lower than your knee joint. And then when you lift the weight at the top, you need to wait for the referee's command for rack. And
is that to show that you have stable, that you have control of the bar?
Exactly. It's not just, I mean, they're fairly fast once you finish the lift, but there is that pause to make sure that the lifter has maintained control.
Okay. Good lifts on platform 1 and 2. Moving on, we have Andrea on platform 1 at 142.5 kilos, just over 308 pounds, 313 pounds approximately, and Annabelle on platform 2 at 140 kilos. We are just getting to the end of our first round of squats. First attempts are almost completed.
Yes, we have Andrea at the 57 kilo class and Annabelle at 69.
Nice compact squat.
It's very close stance for Julianne.
Not to be outdone, Julianne, 142.5.
And a nice smooth squat for Annabelle.
And
All
a good
good
lift on
lifts.
2 for Annabelle, who also has great taste in shoes. 145 kilos on the bar, please, for Sarah. After her, we go to Nicola.
Loaded on 1.
Platform 1, we have Julianne, who is our last lifter on platform 1 at 142.5 kilos. This is her first attempt, then we'll move to second attempts. Sarah is on platform 2 at 145 kilos. And Sarah is, oh no, we still have a few more on platform 2. Yep. We still have a couple of lifters after her that need their first attempts. Both lifters, I think, have heel shoes.
Yes, it looks like it.
Yep.
And textbook squat on 2. Please load the bar to 165 kilos for Nicola. And after her, we go to Alexa before we go to the 20 seconds.
Both lifts are successful.
And we're going to the second round on platform 1 here now. So each lifter gets 3 attempts in the squat, and the best of each of those attempts is what counts towards your total.
And we have Nicola on platform 2. We have Nicola and Alexia left on platform 2 before we move into round 2 for squats on platform 2. Kushpreet is doing her second squat attempt at 92.5 kilos, and Nicola is attempting 165.
Yes, if you want to put that in perspective, if you're at a commercial gym, that's 3 big plates and a 25-pound plate on each side.
Yeah,
very big squat, and that's her opener.
That's a big opener for a 69 junior. Looks like Kushpreet is successful on her second.
2-1. And Nicola, very easy opener as well.
And 3 white lights for Nicola. Our last lifter on platform 2 for first attempts is Alexia. She'll be attempting 172.5 kilos, approximately 379 pounds. It's a big opener. And we have Victoria with her second attempt on platform 1 at 110 kilos.
Loaded on 2.
You're likely to see lifters here making attempts from first to second, anywhere maybe from 5 to 10 kilos. Sometimes you might see a 12.5. Probably from second to third, you might see a 5 to 7.5 is usually what you're going to see out there with the young ladies here, I would expect.
So that strategy is, I mean, what I've been, I talk to other people, I know myself, I like to get that opener in, make sure it's one I can do in my sleep pretty much.
Yeah.
And after that, you're competing for placements, you're competing for personal bests, different things that would kind of vary the number depending on what's going on.
Yeah, and sometimes you are watching your competition, and sometimes people just match jumps because they may be in a close battle with someone, and you could be matching jumps for the whole competition if you decide to do it that way.
Holy smokes.
So you got Emma on platform 2 at 85 kilos.
Joey on platform 1 with 120. So for lifters like this at this size, 52s, 57s, and then the 43s, the 49s, and the 69s, we're talking about a 10, 15 kilo jump is a significant jump.
It is, and you look at it percentage-wise, you know, when we get to the bench press today, if someone is benching 75 kilos, you know, and you jump five kilos on that, that's a fairly high percentage. Now, if you're benching 400 pounds, let's say, and you make a 5 kilo jump, then that percentage isn't as high. So it's all relative.
It is.
Yeah.
We have Emmy on platform 2 and Joanne on platform 1.
Yeah, and with Emmy here too as well, see the 43 kilo class, that's different for juniors and sub-juniors. We don't see that in the open and master classes.
Right.
So that's specifically, there's 9 different classes for the sub-juniors and juniors.
And that's just basically due to an age, you know, age creates a lighter weight.
Exactly, yes.
The younger lifters.
Yeah, and it's given somebody that's of lighter proportions and ability to be able to compete competitively as well.
Joanne with what looks like a good lift on 1. Sasha is setting up on platform 2, attempting 87.5 kilos. We have not had a failed lift yet, which is good. I hope I don't jinx anybody when I say that, knock on wood.
Yes.
Sasha with what looks like a good lift. Oh,
it's our first one.
was that for depth?
Depth, yes, all red cards.
Yep. All right, we have Jera on platform 1 with 132.5. And we have Emma setting up on platform 2 at 115 kilos.
Loaded on 2.
Looks like a good lift
Good
on
lift for
1.
Jera for sure. See anything they could see wrong with that lift, and Emma now on 2.
Jenny's got a day with the same weight. Bars loaded.
Yeah, I was a little concerned about depth on that one.
Yeah, so 2 to 1. Her coach certainly can go to the jury and question that. It's fairly close.
It's close. Yeah, it is close.
The jury may look at that and reconsider.
All right, we've got Jenny on platform 1, 132.5. She's taking a 5 kilo jump. We've got Jody Ann setting up on platform 2 at 117.5 kilos.
Bit of a grind. I didn't see a downward motion on number 1. Let's see. Yes, good lift.
2-1. Jody Ann doing a 7.5 kilo jump for her second attempt.
One thing that with the referees' cards that you're seeing, there's a color associated with them. Red is the number 1 call here, likely we're going to see, and that's for depth. So that means they're not squatting low enough. Number 2 is usually they're not in an upright position or their knees are unlocked.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's 3. The yellow is there could be a number of different infractions, moving your feet up and down,
things like that. Okay.
Yeah, up and down is 2. The blue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alicia is good on platform 2. Ainsley on platform 1, nice and deep. Looks like a successful lift, 132.5 kilos. And 3 white lights for her.
So Alicia, 127.5, so she jumped 7.5 kilos.
And Sydney is jumping 10 kilos on platform 1. That's a significant jump for a 57.
Yes, for sure.
Loaded on 1.
We are getting to the second half of our second attempts here towards the bottom half of the order.
Looks good on 2. 1 looks good as well, yes.
Yep. 2 good lifts.
Good lift on 1. Let's keep the good times going.
So we have Sophia on platform 2 attempting 130 and Christina on platform 1 attempting 137.5. Both of them are jumping 7.5 kilos for their second attempts.
And we're loaded on 2.
While we're waiting from now, I just mentioned Visit Moosejaw is the tourism arm of the city of Moosejaw, a major sponsor of ours. Please take advantage of all the things to do in Moosejaw. One of the things that I've done in the past that I like to do is go see the caves and go see the Al Capone historical kind of setup or whatever they have over there. I've been there a couple times. I've enjoyed it thoroughly. So make sure you enjoy Moosejaw, find things to do, and visit Moosejaw online to look for things.
Yeah, and I certainly second that. I've been to the tunnels, I would think, maybe 4 or 5 times in my life. I lived in Moosejaw for 13 years and visited then, and the tunnel tours have even gotten better since then. I think they have maybe 3 different tours now, all very excellent.
Yeah, I don't think it's not very well known when you get outside of Saskatchewan or Western Canada that Al Capone was actually hiding bootleg liquor here in Moosejaw.
Yes, and also too, one of the tours is Chinese Connection, and the people that they had head tax on coming from China helped build a railroad across Canada. And if you ever heard the saying, there's one dead person from China for every mile of road that's in the railroad in Canada. That's
I did not know that.
Yeah, and you can see where they stayed, and it was pretty sparse conditions, believe me.
Again, historical sites that you can see when you're here in the Moosejaw area. We have Michelle on platform 1, attempting 137.5 kilos.
Christine on 2.
Oh, 3 whites there.
Good lift on 1 for Michelle.
Loaded on 2 for Christina.
We have Christina on 2 at 135, and we have platform 1, Karine, about to attempt 140.5, so I'm guessing that's a record of some kind.
Yes, anytime you see an increment that's not 2.5, you can be assured that it's a record attempt. I've seen Karine lift many times. She's from the East Coast. A very, very good and accomplished lifter.
So she's attempting a national record at the 52 kilo junior weight class.
On her second attempt
on
as
her
well.
Second, yeah.
Christina on 2. And 3 white lights. Good lift.
140 kilos on the bar over here for Francesca.
So this is about 310 pounds.
Yeah, getting quite near the 3 times body weight.
Yep.
Loaded on 2.
Oh boy. A little bit of grind in the middle, but really not that difficult.
Yeah, I think she has something in the tank.
National record for Karine.
Also good to have that chip because if it comes down to a tie or where someone could potentially tie, that chip means they'll have to lift 2.5 kilos more.
All right, we have Francesca on platform 2 at 140, and we have Julianne about to come out on platform 1 at 145 kilos.
A little too much on platform 2 for Francesca.
All right, we're going to go 145 kilos for Annabelle.
While we wait for Julianne, just remember Sask Lotteries is a major sponsor. Sask Lotteries sponsors numerous sporting events and numerous sports, and athletes throughout Saskatchewan. And this is just one of the many things that they support, and we thank them for that.
Loaded on 2.
Julianne, 57 kilo lifter.
Looks like a good lift.
Looks
yep.
good. And again, it's the upright position, or maybe knees not locked out to one referee, but you only need two white lights.
Okay. We have Annabelle on platform 2, attempting 145.
And you can't see it on TV here, but there's 3 referees circled around the platform, and we also have a jury. So if the jury don't agree with the referees unanimously, they can overturn the lift as long as it's not unanimous from the referees on the floor.
So if it's 2 reds and a white or 2 whites and a red, they can overturn.
They can overturn, yes.
All right. We have
so they'll always look a little closer once you get that scenario.
We have platform 1, Andrea, at 150 kilos. That might be close for depth.
Let's see what the referee...
Oh, no, they gave it to her.
With that narrow stance, sometimes it looks a little high, but from the side, it's easy to call the depth.
And the side refs have a better view than we do, obviously.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we have Destiny on platform 2, attempting 145. She's doing a 12.5 kilo jump. 145 kilos for her second.
That's a fairly significant jump. And again, she might be looking at placings here. Looks like she's ranked 3rd right now.
Nice and deep. Looks like a good lift. Yep. All right, we are on our 3rd attempts on platform 1. Kushpreet is going to be attempting 97.5 kilos. And we have Sarah over on platform 2 about to attempt 152.5.
Loaded on 2.
Let's see what the referees say on number 1. 3 white lights.
Good lift.
3 for 3.
Up next, Victoria.
That's Sarah, 152.5.
Loaded on 1. Here we go.
Oh, little. Ooh.
Oh, that's hard on the legs. Oh,
Let's hope she didn't hurt
yeah.
herself.
Hopefully she didn't hurt an ankle or something.
Get out of the way safely. Hopefully she's all right.
Got Victoria on
Spotters
1.
and loaders look like they're okay.
Victoria with 112.5 kilos on platform 1.
Looks like no one is worse for the wear over here. Round of applause for our spotters and loaders on both platforms. These guys.
So while we wait for Victoria and watch her lift, let's talk a little bit about that. We have volunteers throughout the week. This event can't happen without the volunteers, whether it's the spotters, the loaders, all of the people in the back that are helping with the warm-up area, the concession area, the registration area. The referees are also, there's numerous referees here from across the country. This just can't happen with all of those people.
Oh, 100%. I would venture to say, I mean, I don't even want to think about how many hours of volunteerism would be here, but I would think we have upwards of 200 or 300 people that are volunteering throughout the week.
All right, we have Joey on platform 1 at 122.5, and Nickel on platform 2 with a 10-kilo jump to 175 kilos. Her first looked pretty good, so
yeah, she's
feeling confident.
Strong young lady. And Joey just took a small jump. Again, that 2.5 kilos could make a difference in the end.
Looks like that was the right decision.
Yes,
yeah,
perfect call.
Yep. Good for her. 3 whites. She had made a big jump on her first to second, so that third attempt probably was the coach's call in terms of how much more we have left.
Yeah, sometimes you might come expecting to do a little more, but at Nationals, there's a lot of different pressure, different things that happen. It's a little bit later in the evening here. People might not be used to lifting at that time.
Right. Yeah, that's something that you have to get used to when you come to a big regional or national event, is that when you go to the gym, often people go to the gym at the same time of the day consistently. You train in 10 in the morning, 4 in the afternoon, whenever. You come to a national event or a regional event, and all of a sudden that routine is changed up, and you might be lifting at 9 in the morning, you might be lifting at 6 o'clock at night.
Yeah, and also too as well, like most of the meets that we have across the country, usually on the weekends. Now you could be, that could be a Monday or Sunday even, as it was this week, to a Saturday. So again, people will have to adjust their training to allow for that, and it's good to be prepared to do those things.
I know I train Monday to Friday. Weekends I take off. I'm an older lifter. I like to have that 72 hours from Friday to Monday. But then every time I'm in an event, I'm lifting on the weekend. So
yes.
Yep. All right, we have Alexa on platform 2, attempting 180, 396 pounds, just shy of 400 pounds. And we have Christina on platform 1, attempting 137.5 for a second time. This will be your second attempt at 137.5.
Alexa very deep as well, a very strong, powerful squat.
That was a pretty easy second attempt for Alexia.
Never a doubt on deck. All right, we're going to go to 90 kilos for our first national record attempt over here for Emmy.
It looks good. Depth might be an issue.
Depth might be an issue, but no, it looks good. Again, the narrow squat sometimes it's a little deceptive from the front.
We have Emmy with our third round of squats is starting on platform 2, Emmy at 90 kilos, and Jera at 137.5 on platform 1. We are halfway through platform 1. Platform 2 will finish a little bit later.
Unfortunately, a little too heavy on 2.
Nice effort out there. 92.5 kilos.
And a little heavy on 1 as well. Again, third attempts are, like you mentioned, they're either trying to keep pace with someone. They're trying for placement. Now we realize it's a 3-lift event, so that's going to happen later on with deadlifts as well. But at this point, they're probably trying to keep pace with someone and or going for a personal best.
Yeah, and that's usually what you see. A third attempt is something that a lot of these athletes may have not done before, either in the gym or in an event. And so again, it's a little more risky.
We have Sasha on platform 2 attempting 92.5. It's a good lift, but I'm wondering what the depth a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was
Two
close.
2 to 1. Her coach again, because of one white light, can go to the jury to question it.
We have Joanne on platform 1.
A little too much as well.
Too much. Ainsley coming up on platform 1. Emma coming up on platform 2. 140 kilos on platform 1 and 115 on platform 2.
Yes, on platform 2, Emma missed this on her second. She's reattempting it again, which I think it's generally a good idea. It looks easy. Let's see if the referees agree that it was deep enough.
I thought it was close.
Yeah.
Ainsley attempting 140. She's made a 7.5 kilo jump like she did from her first to second to third.
But if I'm coaching, I would have questioned that last squat on platform.
Okay.
2. Yep.
And a bit too much for Ainsley.
And you can see everybody is just on the cusp of getting these lifts. It's a matter of a centimeter sometimes. You get through that extra centimeter and you're golden.
You're good. Jody Ann on platform 2 at 125 kilos. Michelle on platform 1 at 142.5 kilos. One of the things I noticed that when we watch the junior lifters, maybe it's particular to females, I'm not sure if it's males and females or not, but we see a lot of narrower squat stances.
Yeah, and again, I think looking at the world level at some of the lighter weight classes, you see a lot of the top caliber lifters in the world, and maybe they're picking that up and finding an advantage to that.
Trying to emulate people that are their weight class, they're in the same category.
Yeah,
Yep.
and sometimes the same general build,
sure.
So where you have the same leverages.
Trying to think of people that I've watched at that level. Tiffany Chapone, for example, Turbo Tiff.
Yes.
It's a very narrow squat.
Yes, exactly. And that's a prime example. And she's in one of the lighter weight classes as well. I think 47 kilos.
All right, we have Alyssa on platform 2 at 132.5. And we have Sydney on platform 1 at 145 kilos. We are making our way to the end of the third round of attempts on platform 1. Yeah, I was a little worried about depth on platform 2.
Me as well. I had the same thing on 1.
Yep.
137.5 for Sophia on
All right, we have Kareen on platform 1. She is going to up her national record.
And I said, yes, looks like she had about 5 kilos. And,
Put that chip on there again.
Yes, exactly, because that could be the difference in the end.
And on platform 2, we have Sophia with 137.5. So a national record attempt coming up on platform 1.
Round 2.
Notice she has that little ritual before she takes the bar off the rack.
A little too much.
A little too much for Sophia at 137.5.
140 kilos.
Wow. I believe she's got it.
I think
she
so.
does.
Yeah, looks good.
Yep.
Excellent lift.
That is an excellent third attempt for her. Good call by her coaches.
Loaded
So
on
she'll go into bench press happy with that number.
147.5.
Yes, and sometimes it's a momentum builder too to make all your squats. You take that into the bench press.
Certainly a confidence boost if you're successful in the beginning. We are on our second last lifter on platform 1, Julianne at 147.5. And on platform 2, we have Francesca at 140.
I know Francesca was very close to this on her second, so let's hope she can make the adjustment.
The depth looked good this time.
Looks good to me. Let's see what the referee
let's-
says.
yep,
Yes,
there we
three white
go.
lights.
All right.
White lights, 140 kilos on the bar. please, for
Julianne on
Ariane.
one. I think that may be a close call as well. Let's
yeah, that
see,
might be
hopefully.
a close call with depth.
Yeah,
Oh,
2
she
to
got
1.
it. She got it.
And again, the call is the blue card, so that's maybe upright
Okay.
at the beginning and the end. And maybe that's what's making it look a little bit high to us, is that she's a little bent over, but she might be covering the space.
Andrea on platform 1 this will be the last squat on platform 1 at 152.5 kilos. And we have Ariane on platform 2 at 140 kilos. So our last squatter on platform 1 is coming up. And then they'll take a break before bench press.
A little too much on
A little
two.
too much for Ariane today.
Not quite there with item 2. We're going to go to 142.5, please, for Christina on 2. Loaded on 2.
A little too much as well.
Yep.
Way to be spotters.
Oh,
No
she
lift on
grabbed her
one.
hamstring as well. Hopefully she's
Uh-oh.
okay.
Hopefully she's not hurt. Christina on platform 2 at 142.5 kilos. She's making a 7.5 kilo jump.
And for the groups today, because there is only one flight, there's a 20-minute break in between the squat bench and the bench deadlift.
Lots of strength. I mean, I think depth was okay on that.
Good.
Yeah, one referee thought it was
2
a
to
little
1.
high.
Yeah. And it might have been one side a little higher than the other.
Exactly.
I noticed that whether people want to just debate this or not, I think physiologically, almost every human on the planet, you're not quite the same balanced on both sides.
I agree, and I know I'm high on my right side or higher.
There you go.
And so when I video in training, I video from the right side, so I know if the right side is in, I should be pretty perfect in a contest.
And I do the same thing on the left side. Yeah, the exact same thing. I always video from the left side. All right, Destiny, 147.5 kilos for her third and final squat attempt.
Destiny just did a 2.5 kilo jump. Again, trying to stay consistent.
Nice and deep. That looks good. Yeah, and she's happy with that.
And sometimes that 2.5 kilo jump is better than going
Missing.
10 and missing.
And, yep, going up 5 or 7.5 and then missing. Yep, absolutely. That's one of the things about having the coach or someone back handling you in the back there in the warm-up area. It's tough for a lifter to determine those things on their own when they're in the middle of the lifting.
Yeah, and a lot of times lifters come with a I guess a preconceived notion that I'm going to do this and because this happened in the gym, but at a national level, different things can happen on the platform, and the coach is probably the best person to be, doing a quick analysis and put in your attempt.
Coaches watching warm-ups, coaches watching bar speed, those kind of things.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, Annabelle at 150 for her third. That looked pretty.
Looked very good.
That looked like a very good third for her. She probably had a little more in the tank.
Yeah.
But it's a good lift.
All right, let's keep it going. Let's finish strong. 152.5.
We have, I believe, 3 lifters left.
For Sarah.
Sarah is attempting 152.5 for the second time.
Loaded for Sarah. Missed it on her second. Let's get behind her to come back and get it on her third.
Sarah being very deliberate with her setup.
Nice and deep. I believe that's going to be a good lift.
Yes.
No?
2 to 1
Yeah.
is a good lift.
She got 2 to
Yes.
1.
It's very good. Missing the second attempt, coming back and making it is very redeeming, believe me.
Third attempt coming up for Nicola, 180 kilos, just shy of 400 pounds.
Exactly, yeah. If you're at a commercial gym, this is just about 4 big plates on each side.
Yep.
And these young ladies squatting below parallel.
That's a lot of weight for a junior female lifter. Credit to these ladies. They're the quality of lifters that are coming up in the last 5 to 7 years is just amazing.
Oh yes, I mean every year you see records being just torn apart each and every year with the young lifters, and being deep in some of the weight classes. You know, you could have somebody that might not be able to go to World Championships, and you got 3 or 4 good athletes waiting in the wings, just chomping at the bit to be able to get that opportunity.
When I look at the CP rankings and I go to the sub-junior, junior, and the open lifters, you know, you can pretty much in every category there's 3 to 5, sometimes as many as 10 really good quality lifters at the top.
Yeah, absolutely, and again, that's a testament to how the sport is growing.
All right, the strength is there. Let's see if the depth was there. And
Very,
it was.
very,
She's
very
got to be
strong
happy
squatter.
with that. And our last squat,
All right, last
our
squat,
third attempt
we're
for
gonna
Alexia
finish
on
it
platform
with
2.
180
She will be attempting the last squat of the evening.
And that's a national record.
That is a
186.
national record at 186.
Yeah.
So 409, 408 pounds approximately.
Exactly, yes.
For Alexia.
And my suspicion is those last 2 ladies will be fighting it out at the end.
Yeah, if they're squatting that much, there's definitely a back and forth going on here between the two.
Exactly.
Bar is loaded.
And this
National
could
record Alexia.
not only give Alexia here a 6 kilo lead, but also has the chip. So
Yep, that
depending on body weight, could,
that extra
could
little
come into
bit.
play.
Absolutely.
Very strong ladies. Handles the weight very easily.
Yeah, she attacked the bar definitely when she went to set up. Oh yeah. Oh
very
yeah.
easy squat.
That was she had a few more kilos.
Yeah, looking at that, I'm not sure there wasn't a 200 kilo squat there. Probably in the near future.
She's got to be happy finishing off her squats like that. All right, we're going to be taking a break here soon in a few minutes. The lifters are taking a 20-minute break between squats and bench. So we will sign off here in just a moment. Again, remember, we are session 8. We are in the junior female lifters. We'll be coming up on on bench press here in about 15 to 20 minutes. We'll come back online with you in just about a minute or 2 before we start bench. All right, we are back for our bench part of the evening. I'm here with Jeff Butt, Mark Magnuson here. We'll be starting our bench press portion in just a moment here on platform 2, I believe. On platform 1. Christine will start us off with 57.5 kilos.
So platform 2 will be back on in about 3 minutes' time, I would expect.
Yep, platform 2 is a little bit behind because they finished up a little later. So Christine is basically attempting her body weight for her opener. Solid, steady, and a good opener.
That's a good lift on 1.
Moving up to 60 kilos here for Jara.
Bringing the weight up to 60 kilos for Jara. Bar is loaded on 1.
So when we look at the 3 different lifts, the deadlift, the squat, and the bench, one of the things I mentioned to lots of people is that the bench is probably technically the most complicated because you have the 3 commands.
Yes, and there's a few more fractions as well. With different parts of your body is in contact with the bench, and they all have to stay in contact with the bench or the floor, such as your feet and your butt and your shoulders and your head. So definitely a lot more things can go wrong. And the 3 commands, then of course you got to wait for all 3 of them. So good opener.
So as we see Jara successful on her opener, we saw the 3 commands. You have to be still for the start command. You have to then have the bar still on your chest for the press command, and then again still at the top for the rack command.
Exactly, yes. It's not the same as what you'll see at most commercial gyms where someone will bounce the bar off their chest. It's a very controlled lift.
Victoria's up. She's attempting 60 kilos for her opener.
Again, we're seeing a lot of lifters that are electing to do their own handoff. I think that's something that has increased a lot over the last few years as well.
Looks solid. So what do you think is the reasoning behind that?
I actually just started doing this myself, and I found that you actually can solidify your shoulders in place, and anytime someone lifts off to you, there's a potential that they could lift a little unevenly or possibly pull your shoulders out of position. But again, it's one of those, some risk and reward to that, and just as you're taking it off by yourself, sometimes things can go a little wrong. You bring it out front too much, and then you have to try to recover it yourself, whereas if spotter is giving you the handoff, they got the control till you're totally in control.
We have Joey attempting 62.5 kilos. That's looks successful, looks good. Yeah, the one thing I noticed with the handoff is that it allows you, in my case, the reason I like handoff is because it kind of ensures that I'm not going to be too close to the rack when I start my bench press.
Yeah, and when I lift equipped, I do take a handoff just because the weight is a fair bit heavier. But classic, I've been able to do that, and I have hit the rack a few times in training. Not to the point where it stopped the lift. I just kind of bounced off the front hooks. But I'm going to be doing it, I guess, for the first time in contest in a few days. So let's. I'll tell you more about it on Friday.
All right. Sydney here with 65 kilos for her opener. Nice and smooth. Our lifters are choosing good openers. And she's successful. Karine is opening also at 65 kilos. Yeah, I noticed that when I bench press, I do like to have that hand up only because subconsciously sometimes I get too close to the rack.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
So when I have a spotter, I actually literally ask them to move it out a ways to bring it out. Forces me to remember to then set up a little bit further away from the rack.
Exactly, yes. And when I took a lift off, I was very similar.
All right. Karina's opener at 65.
Korean had a great start in squats with
She did.
2 national records on her second and third attempts.
And that went up and down pretty quickly.
Yeah, looked strong.
Another good attempt on platform 1. Ainsley also opening at 65 kilos. Our spotters here are very efficient. We move along very quickly.
Loaded for Ainsley, 65 kilos.
And we have another lifter that does not want to lift off. Let's talk a little bit about, and I'm sure people don't really are not aware of this. When you have long hair, whether it's male or female, there is a rule in terms of how it might block the view of the referee.
Yes, so if the young lady who's lifting right now, Ainsley, if she just had her hair hanging down, referee might not be able to see if her head comes off the bench when she's benching, which is you could get red lighted for that, and again the referee wants to have a good view of that to make sure that her hair is flat. I think the rule is if your hair is below your neckline, you have to put it up in some way, shape, or form.
Okay. Ainsley with a good lift, by the way. We were just pointing that because Ainsley did have a long ponytail, and so you cannot have that hair blocking the view of the head referee.
Exactly.
They'll request that it either be pushed off to the side or that it be in a tight ponytail or braid.
Yeah, and you'll see that some of the ladies are getting up and they're flipping their hair so to make it even clearer that their head is, because what I think they want is a high ponytail as well, high on the top of the head,
so that they can see the touching on the bench.
Exactly.
Michelle with 65 for her opener.
Bars loaded on 2.
Very easy opener.
And that's a good lift on 1 for Michelle.
And we have Kushpreet opening at 67.5 kilos. Platform 2 will be starting in just a moment, so we will have both platforms going here in about 30 seconds. Sasha will be our opening lifter on platform 2. Kushpreet will be attempting 67.5 kilos as a 52-kilo junior.
Really big bench relative to her body weight for sure. You know, when you look at it relatively, if she ends up somewhere, 72, 75, it's almost 1.5 times her body weight.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a big opener for a 52-kilo lifter.
It's very impressive for a girl her age and size.
Loaded on 2.
Little hesitation, but pretty smooth overall.
I think she may have jumped a rack command, yes.
Oh, that's what it was. That might have been the hesitation. She realized she had jumped it.
Yeah. And sometimes that's what happens.
And then you slow it down because you know you've jumped the rack command. Okay, I could see that.
You get at your nationals the first time, you're excited, and
sure.
You just kind of sometimes you skip one of the steps.
Well, the strength's certainly there, so I'm sure she'll come back and either try that or try a bit more. Joanna here is 67.5 kilos for her opener as well.
And another good one on 2. Weight stays the same for Emmy.
It looks like a good lift. Oh. And looks like the red card, so that's the new rule with the elbows have to be lower than the shoulder joint. First time we've seen it here yet today. I don't know if we'll see any more here as the day goes on. But that's a relatively new rule, and they did that to cut down on the people that had the extreme arches. Some people had bench press world records and pressed the bar about 1 inch, and this was the rule that they came up with to make that change.
Julianne on platform 1 at 67.5 kilos. We have Emmy on platform 2.
So the referee, you can see, is looking closer at Julianne's as well to make sure that her elbow was below her shoulder.
A good lift. There we go. We have Emmy on platform 2, attempting 55 for her opener.
She's in the 47-kilo weight class.
And Andrea will be attempting 72 and a half
On 2.
for her opener on platform 1. So that would that center one be for the elbow depth?
Exactly, yes. And I thought it was going to be called. It sometimes is easier for the center judge to see those,
Right,
than people looking from behind, because you can't really look at where the center of the shoulder is when you're looking at from the side. Yeah,
it did appear the right elbow was the one that was a little high.
exactly. That's what I saw too.
All right.
And often when this rule gets called, it's usually one side or the other. It's not both.
Right. Jenny Hua on platform 1 with 72 and a half kilos, and Annabelle on platform 2 at 60 kilos for her opener.
And we do have some ladies here that do have fairly big arches, so we might start
Yes, they
seeing
do.
that be called here a little bit more.
Well, Jenny's been asked to re-rack and start over.
I'm not sure what the call is.
And no lift on 2. 70 kilos on the bar, please, for Alicia.
Jenny gets the start command.
I think that one's going to be very close on the elbow depth as well. She locked it out.
Yeah.
She got called on the elbow depth. And looks like a yellow card. My guess is her butt probably come off the bench as well.
Sure.
A lot of times when you lose the weight to one side or the other, you're
fighting it.
You'll fight it. Your butt will come up just to kind of regain your balance.
Christine on platform 1 attempting 60, a 2.5 kilo jump. And Alicia with her opener on platform 2 at 70 kilos. Yeah, we are seeing, with the female lifters in particular, but also with the younger lifters, whether it's juniors or sub-juniors or open lifters, they have the ability to have that large arch. And so obviously it helps because it diminishes the range of motion of the bar traveling. But again, now the new rule makes sure that there has to be at least a minimum depth that they achieve by their elbow being below the shoulder.
Exactly. You'll see some girls that still have the high arch, and they'll touch the bar and sink it a little, and that's how they're getting the elbow depth.
Sure.
So that's something, again, takes some practice. We have a miss on Victoria for her second attempt.
Yep.
That was missed on strength.
So we have Victoria on platform 1 attempting 62 and a half, and Sophia starting with her opener at 70 kilos.
Loaded on 1, here we go.
And again, when we're talking relative strength here, when you're at 60 kilos, 2.5 kilos, you're looking at 4 or 5%, and for someone even like myself, that's the difference of a first and a third for me.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, these small increments at these body weights are equivalent to someone like myself who's a 120 doing a 10 kilo, maybe 12 kilo jump.
Yes, exactly.
A little lag on the left arm, but it looked good.
Looked good for me too, yeah.
Yeah, 3 whites. And Sophia's about to attempt her 70 kilo first bench.
Load in the blue.
Looks good.
Looks good. Yep.
And another
white
successful
lights.
attempt. Jara's on platform 1, attempting 65. She's added 5 kilos to her first attempt. And Francesca will open at 77.5 kilos on platform 2.
Yeah, so again, a 5% 5 kilo increase right here. That's probably 6-7%. So that's a very big increase. Francesca up for her opener, 77.5 kilos.
And elbows are close on that one on Jara's. No, but it's a good lift.
Good lift.
And Francesca, hers flew up and down.
Yes. Looked like it was
Lots of strength there.
Very easy opener.
All
right, we have Sydney on platform 1, adding 2.5 kilos to her second 67.5 kilo attempt. And we have Christine on platform 2 opening at 80 kilos. So we're seeing about a 50-50 mix of handoffs versus taking the bar on their own. So it's interesting that, how this is playing out. I noticed on our left-hand side on platform, the smaller lifters are the ones that typically are taking their own handoffs, more so than on the right-hand side.
Yeah,
it's not a lot, but there's a slight preference by the smaller lifter.
Yeah, and I'm not sure why, if there's anything statistically that could cause that, but again, it's a lot of them, as well as you using max grip, so that's going to affect things as well.
The other thing that comes to mind for me is that if you're so familiar with doing it in the gym that way, it might just feel, when you're at a big meet for the first time, it might just feel comfortable to not have to have a handoff and just do it the way you do it in the gym.
Yeah, and sometimes too as well, sometimes when you're a smaller lifter as well, someone can give you a lift off, and especially in your commercial gyms and things where people are lifting way too much weight and really giving you a hard time on the bench, and sometimes that can kind of sour you from wanting to take a chance that, I know Dustin up here is spotting on platform number 1. I mean, he's probably 400 or 500 pound bencher and can throw around 500 or 600 pounds, and it's very easy to pull the bar away from some of these ladies.
All right, Kushpreet is attempting 67.5 again, second time, and
called.
No.
Yep. Now that's a yellow card. I'm not sure why the center judge would have given that, but it must have been something. It's not on even extension. The coach is actually asking the referee or the jury table.
What happened? Yep, they're asking the jury.
I'm not sure I saw anything that could be problematic.
So Joey on platform 1 has added 5 kilos to her second attempt, 67.5. Ariana is at 85 kilos for her opener.
It's a big opener.
That is a big opener.
A little too heavy for Joey.
Yep, I think she's going to get stuck. Ariana, on the other hand, that's a good opener for her.
Yes. Very well handled.
Yep. Ainsley is on platform 1 with 67.5 kilos, just a 2.5 kilo jump. And we have Nicola on platform 2 is opening at 92.5 kilos. That is a 200, I believe that's a 204-pound opener.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Big opener for Nicola. Ainsley had a good opener at 65. Let's see how this goes. Oh, that looks good too.
Very nice as well. Probably even better than her opener. Now Nicola, again taking her own handoff.
Good lift on 1, tidy work. Next up is Kareem for
Oh yeah,
very easy opener for Nicola.
Loaded.
3 white lights for Nicola. Kareem on platform 1 is attempting 70. And on platform 2, we have Destiny opening at 95 kilos.
Yes, 95 is 209 pounds. So getting up almost close to that 2-plate mark.
That magic 225 or two commercial plates in the gym. Yep. Steady. Appears to be a good lift. That is 3 white lights for Kareem.
Good lift on 1.
And Kareem's having a good day so far.
5 for 5.
She's a fairly consistent lifter. I've seen her lift a number of times, and always in that 8 for 9, 9 for 9 day.
Destiny's goes up and down very quickly for her opener. We have Michelle on platform 1 attempting 70 kilos for her second attempt. She's added 5 kilos to the bar. We have Alexia coming out on platform 2, opening at 97.5 kilos, 214 pounds.
And she has a squat record already to go along with that very big opener.
Nope. Elbow, it should be okay.
I think it's okay.
Yeah,
And
that
that's
is
a
good.
good lift on 1 for Michelle.
Good strength by Michelle.
2 thus far on bench.
Joanne is up on platform 1 with her second at 72.5. We're waiting for Alexia to take handoff on platform 2. Lots of strength. There's a bit of a dip on the left, but I don't think it's going to. Nope, it doesn't impact the referees.
All right,
Yeah.
go back all the way
Alexa's
down
a
to
good bencher as
45
well.
kilos
Yep.
on the bar,
It's not
please,
only
for
a squatter.
Sasha to start our second attempt.
Sasha is taking her second attempt, so we're starting second attempts on platform 2. Sasha's a 47-kilo junior lifter. She'll be attempting 45 kilos.
Loaded on 2.
Look steady for Joanny. 3 white lights. Good lift for her. Sasha was successful at 42.5. She's attempting 45, just shy of her body weight category.
Yeah, and if she's successful here, she'll have to go basically right at her body weight, which
Yeah.
again is still impressive.
Oh,
Looks good to me.
that moved really well. And 3 whites for her.
On 2. We're gonna
We
go
have Julianne on
55
platform
kilos
1.
bar, please, for Emmy.
She's added 5 kilos. She's attempting 72.5 kilos. Again, we're moving along here. The bench session is moving along very quickly.
Looks like a good lift for Julianne. Yes, 3 white lights.
Emmy on platform 2, attempting 55 kilos as a 43-kilo junior.
72.5 kilos.
Loaded on 2 for Emmy.
Yes, and 43 is the weight class that is
The junior-only weight class.
specific to junior sub
yeah.
juniors.
Yep.
Yes.
Jenny on platform 1 at 72.5. She's taking this again for her second attempt.
So let's hope now she can recover that.
Trying to remember what the issue was the first time. I think,
I think she had one on elbow depth and one on even. I
I
believe.
think that's what it was. Oh, shoot.
Oh. Yeah, hope she can turn that around
Yeah.
and come back and get on the board. Of
Yeah.
course, we haven't had to talk about it yet, but if an athlete don't make one of each lift, they get 0 for their total, regardless of what their other lifts are. And very disappointing because even you can be in a division on your own, and if you don't make a lift, you get 0 and you don't get first place. So it's very important. Hopefully, she can come back and make that third attempt to stay on the board.
So as we watch Andrea on platform 1 and Emma on platform 2, I'm going to talk a little bit about that. So when people say, well, there's only one person in your weight class, it's not a big deal. Well, it is a big deal for a number of reasons. 1, you have to get one successful lift of each 3 lifts. 2, you have to meet a qualifier just to come to this event.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, you everyone that's here had to hit a qualification total, and so you got to work just to get here. And,
Exactly.
It's not one of those things you can just come and show up at nationals and everything's okay. You got to hit a qualification total, and those totals have actually gone up in this last year for juniors and open especially. And I think they'll continue to go up as the quality of lifting goes up. We'll likely have to increase those totals. Otherwise we can be seeing a nationals in a week-long event that has 1,500 lifters,
Right.
which would be too many to handle.
There has to be some kind of criteria where nationals are really the best of the best once you get to that point.
Yes, exactly, and I think we're right at that capacity now, and I think over the next few years it'll be telling, and whether we got to keep it where we got it or certainly go up again, and as our teams get stronger too for Worlds, and having a younger development right now as well, you can expect that a lot of those lifters as they move forward will be better lifters going into the future.
All right, we have Victoria coming up for their third on platform 1, 65 kilos. We have Annabelle on platform 2 with her second attempt at 62.5.
Yes,
So-
Annabelle also missed her first attempt.
Right. So what we're seeing here is with bench, maybe more so than squat, they're being much more conservative in their jumps as they go up.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, I would think for a lot of the young ladies here, we're going to see 5 at the most. You might see a scattered 7.5 amongst the ladies here, but sometimes 2.5 and 2.5 might be all you'll see, because again, percentage-wise, that is
A big percentage of their body weight.
Yeah, exactly. And now Annabelle missed her opener and elected to go up still.
That's better.
It looks okay.
That looks better. And she's got one. She's on the board. Victoria's fighting it.
75 kilos on the bar. Please for Alicia.
We'll see if she's successful. And she is. And she's
She's
got to
3
be
for
happy
3
with
on the
that.
bench.
Yep.
3 on bench press.
We have Alicia on platform 2 at 75 kilos, and we have Kushpreet.
67.
She needs this one. She's missed her first 2 at 67.5. She's attempting it a third time. She needs to get this to stay in the competition.
Now, the rule has changed recently that if you do happen to miss a lift, all 3 of one lift, you can continue to go on if you want to. So she could go on to deadlift, but it won't count for anything.
Right.
Other than maybe pride, or maybe just wants to go out and get the full experience of being at
Sure.
nationals.
All right. Come on. Well, that's better.
Well, looked very
That's
good. I'm
Wayne.
not sure.
It's hard to believe she missed the first
Yeah.
two.
And I've been in that position a few times, and it's very, very good when you your whole meat is on the line,
Yes.
and you can come back and get it.
It's only ever happened to me on squats. It used to be an issue for me with depth on squats, and I had it happen a couple times where my third attempt was my good one, and it is not a good feeling.
No, not a good feeling at all. And
And a loaded on 2.
I've been lifting for about 30 years, and I bombed out once in an event, and I tell you, it's not a good feeling, and I kind of promised myself I'd never do it again. It was fairly early in my career.
Joey Lee on platform 1 attempting 67.5 for a second time. She does have one good one at 62.5. We have Sophia at 75 kilos on platform 2.
Little leg, let's see. No, just
That's where she got
not
stuck
quite
last
there,
time, right?
yes.
Right on the midpoint on the way out. That's the same place. It's almost there. Sophia's grinding.
Yeah, looks like she'll have that lift.
On platform 1.
Again,
And
that was a
it's a good-
5-kilo jump,
That's
so
a good lift. That's a big jump for her.
82.5 kilos.
Bar is loaded, Jera.
Jera is attempting 70. She's doing another 5-kilo jump.
Bar is loaded.
Two 5-kilo jumps at this weight class are big.
yeah, it is. That's very impressive.
And we have Francesca on platform 2 attempting 82.5 kilos, a 5-kilo jump for her as well.
Oh, very easy second for Francesca. And Jera now.
Smoke show on 2. Nice work. 85 kilos on the bar. Please for
A
Christina.
little too heavy for Jera.
Yeah.
Good catch from the spotters.
Bit too
No
much.
lift on 1. Up next, Kareem, 72.5 kilos.
Loaded on 2.
And
Got
loaded
Christina
on
looking for
1.
85
we go.
here for a second attempt on platform 2.
Just checking our standings here as we're going into our third bench on platform 1 and second bench on platform 2. And I believe Karine is in front for our 52-kilo lifters. And I believe Andrea is in front, as you mentioned before, probably on our 57-kilo group. And we'll see how that goes. There's still some opportunity for some changing of placements.
Yes, for sure. Ainsley looks like good lift on
Up one. She's happy with that.
Christina is a little too heavy on 2 for a
No
second
loaded
attempt.
on 2. All
And
right,
again, that
raise
was a
it.
small
85
jump.
kilos for
Moving the
Sarah.
bar up to 72.5 for Kareem. Bar is loaded.
So we have Karine taking a 2.5-kilo jump.
Shell in the hole.
She's in first place currently.
Loaded on 2 for Sarah.
Yes, and her second wasn't bad as I recall. And
Thought it went rather well.
And
Yep.
again, she might be in the running here for first place. So of course, every kilo counts, and she might be just making sure she's staying consistent.
adding numbers to her total.
Exactly.
Yep.
Sarah's looks good on 2. Oh no! Again, I think that was a butt lift.
She grinds it out. I don't know if they're going to call her on a dip. Well, maybe on the one side.
Yeah. So
It's a good lift, 2-1. The referee on the one side thought it might have dipped.
yes, but I'm looking at it. It didn't look like there was a dip to me, but again, they're a little closer. We're watching from a TV monitor as well. So
All right.
so Jenny, hopefully Jenny can come back and make this one now as
Jenny
well.
needs this. It's 72.5 kilos for her third time. She did not make her first two. She needs this to stay in the competition. And we have Ariane on platform 1, or platform 2, excuse me, with 90 kilos. Come on. Okay, the only
And 2-1, good lift on 2.
elbow.
Oh, yes. Now again, her coach is going to come to the jury.
Sure.
Maybe.
Let's watch this.
It's close. It's not
Very
definitely.
Up next, Michelle, 72.5. Bar is loaded.
We have Michelle on platform 1 attempting 72.5, and Nicola on platform 2 going up 5 kilos to 97.5. And I know that the previous lift is being discussed by the jury at this point. We are coming to the very end of our 3 bench press attempts on platform 1. We have 2 or 3 lifters left. Nicola with a pretty solid second attempt there.
Yeah.
3 whites.
All right, I need you guys to pay attention to the next
Michelle on
one.
one. It might be an up and down if she does get it. Yeah.
Good attempt from Michelle.
Okay, we have 103
I think she may have got a back cramp there. I think that's why she.
I think that's what that was, yeah. Because her feet went out from under her, and I think she cramped a bit.
I think there's some dispute on that that lift where the young lady's trying to stay in the meet. It looks like there's a discussion of whether they're calling it with her butt lifted or elbow. So I think the jury's just conferring.
Waiting to hear from our platform announcer whether or not that was overturned. We have Joanne on platform 1 at 75 kilos and Alexia on platform 2. She's made it. Is that a national record?
National record,
it is.
yes,
103 kilos.
kilos.
So Alexia's trying another national record on the bench press for her second attempt. Oh, a little bit too much for Joanne.
Looks like it's good for Alexia.
It is.
From anything I can see, 103 kilos is good.
National record number 1. Now, okay, now, because she was successful at 103, the next attempt automatically increases to 103.5.
Okay, so and we have a scenario here on platform 2 where both ladies would have put in 103 as the national record, and because the first lady broke it, the next one automatically jumps up 0.5, and again, if she breaks the record here, then she'll be the record holder, and I'm sure they'll be taking more stabs at that.
Potential third attempt at it, yeah.
Exactly, so.
That's a good lift on 1.
So we have Destiny here attempting 103.5. She's attempting to break the record set by Alexia just 30 seconds ago at 103. And we'll see how she does. Julianne is setting up on platform 1 at 77.5 kilos for her third and final attempt.
And Julianne taking a 5 kilo jump from her second to her third.
Big jump for a 57 kilo lifter. Pretty solid.
And it looks like Destiny is the new record holder.
Yes, she is.
Over here on platform 2.
So it'll be interesting to see what Alexia puts in and what Destiny then puts in after that.
47.5 kilos on the bar, please, for Sasha.
Yes, and we do have that, because it is a record, we do have that half kilo as a potential. They could just go up a half kilo again.
Each time.
Each time, yes. But I'm assuming if it was 103, you might see 105 and a half and then follow suit.
Sure. Our lifters on platform 1 are done. Bench press is done on platform 1. On platform 2, we have Sasha starting. So our third and final attempts are just starting on platform 2. Sasha will be attempting 47.5 kilos, which is just over her body weight. She was successful at 42.5 and 45.
Now, one thing of significance with both the ladies looking at that national record is it's chosen by lot number who goes first. And that's the weigh-in order that's chosen randomly at the beginning of the event. determines who actually gets to break the record first, and actually who gets to go have the last go at it. You know, that can be some gamesmanship as well around that.
Microphone died. All right.
So we have Emmy trying 58 kilos. That's got to be a national record as well then.
Yes, in the 43 kilo
43
class.
kilo bench presser, attempting 58 kilos.
Which means we are going for a national record attempt.
I assume the record is 57 and a half. Might not be the case, but I mean, at this body weight, I would assume a chip is the way to go.
Yes.
Let's go, Emmy.
And I do believe she's in the weight class by herself.
I
am correct
believe
in
she's
that?
the only 43.
Yes.
Yeah. There might be one other one, but I believe it just might be Emmy.
So she wouldn't have any reason not to just go to 58,
right?
Because she's not competing against anybody to try to get a chip advantage.
A 3 kilo jump here is about 7% increase.
Exactly. It's massive.
Oh, look at that.
She mucked it out. Let's see.
Let's see.
And referees.
She's
white
got
lights.
it. National record.
National record.
All right, we're going to take this part.
Congratulations.
60 kilos, please, for Emma. After Emma, we're going to go to Julianne and then Annabelle.
Emma will be attempting 60 kilos for her third and final attempt. Bit of a delay here. There we go.
A little too much.
And not quite there
A little bit too
today.
much on the day. I'm just checking our numbers for platform 2 now that I've got them up to see where we're at. Nicola is currently in first place for the 69s. We have 143, as you mentioned, Emmy. We have 247s, Sasha and Emma. And Emma's currently in first place for our 47s. Jodianne Fester on platform 2, 62.5 kilos.
So she did that 5 kilo jump as well.
As Jodianne gets ready for her third attempt, we are going to have a bit of a competition as we thought in the 69 kilo class. We have Alexia at 489 currently, and we have Nicola at 462. So there definitely is potential for a change in positions there. They are 1-2 in the 69 kilo class.
Yeah, both very strong young ladies. A little too much here, I think, for
A little bit
Jodianne.
too much.
Good fight, not there today. 65 kilos on the bar, please, for Annabelle. As an aside, Jenna Parr, if you're still in the building, please come to the platform 2 table when these ladies are done lifting. Jenna Parr. P-A-H-E-R, I think.
Annabelle's getting ready for her third and final attempt at 65
Bar
kilos.
is loaded for
2.5
Annabelle.
kilo jump for her.
Yeah, and Annabelle missed her first, went up on her second, and was successful. I assume this would have been her normal game day plan, it would look like.
So as Annabelle does her third attempt here, let's talk about, for example, when a lifter doesn't come out or a lifter fails to put in their second or third attempt after their first opener. What happens then in terms of what the amount of weight that you can lift?
So if you don't put in an attempt in time, you got 1 minute after your successful attempt to get the next attempt in. If you don't put it in and you were successful in the lift, they automatically just give you 2.5 kilos. However, if you miss, they automatically will give you whatever you missed as the attempt.
And if you time out the same thing, right? If you just
exactly so, and some people might attempt to save some energy, but also give their fellow competitors the extra minute, so they'll actually put in an attempt and then let the clock run down for the 1 minute clock that each lifter gets at the beginning of each lift.
Alicia with 77.5 kilos, a 2.5 kilo jump for her third attempt.
looks good.
Yeah, good for her. Third attempt is successful. Sophia will be up at 77.5 kilos as well. We have about 7 lifters left in our third bench press attempts on platform 2. Then we'll be taking another 20-minute break before we do deadlifts. We have an interesting battle probably for third place with the 69s. We have Nicola and Alexia comfortably in front in first and second, but after that we have probably 5 lifters within 30 kilos of each other from 3 through 7.
Yeah, and that can become a factor as we go on here. We had a group earlier this morning. I was doing the commentary as well, and we had as many as 7 or 8 that were all in competition basically as we got down to the deadlifts, and it was very close in the end. And,
it is fun to watch. It's also, I think, a little bit of gamesmanship on the part of the coaches, if there are coaches or handlers, trying to figure out how they're going to, find a placing on the podium.
Yeah, and again, the final deadlift often can determine that. So if you're the bigger deadlifter, you got that advantage of always having the last pull to determine things. And even if you have to make a big jump and you're the bigger deadlifter, to go for the win or go for the placing, that's certainly a huge advantage. She missed 85 on her second, going for 85 again here for Christina.
That's
and
better.
Very smooth.
3 whites for her. Good lift. Sarah's also going to attempt 85. She missed it her second at 85. She'll be trying it again.
The bar is loaded.
Yep, we have 5 lifters within 35 kilos of each other, 3 through 7.
Yeah, and anything can happen, and sometimes as well, there's a little bit of gamesmanship, and you may have people putting in attempts that are not their real attempt, and just to kind of make lifters make bigger jumps and different things. There's lots of different things that coaches do.
There we go, Sarah. That's better.
Yeah. It's great. The last 2 ladies that come back after missing a second and make it very easy on their thirds.
There was, I think it was this afternoon, we had a placeholder, which explain that a little bit when someone puts in a deadlift placeholder attempt.
Yeah, so what they're doing is they're putting in an attempt just to really make the other person blink first. They're going to make that they can make that person choose something, a smaller increment, to give them something to think about. It might even make them think that they're going to lift last. But I actually had to use the placeholder once at a World Championships, and the person actually ran themselves out of time, and waiting for me to make an attempt change, and I just didn't change it because I knew the person had weighed in, they couldn't lift, and we ended up getting a second place. I think it was Eric Willis at the time. But it really was a mistake on their part to really try to push the issue with us. Eric is a great deadlifter, and we'll put on whatever it takes to win. So we weren't going to budge on that.
Unfortunately, Francesca had an up and down in the middle of her lift, which cost her. So failed third attempt for her. Ariane is up at 92.5. I had that happen to me last year at Commonwealths and Worlds, where the lifter put in a number. It was the number I was going to try, so I went up 2.5 kilos to make sure I could beat him on the deadlift. And then once, I think he won the gamesmanship. I put the higher number in, and then he went back and put a number in 2.5 above me. So he got to go last anyways. I failed my third, but fortunately he failed his third as well. So I got first in deadlift regardless, which I was very happy about because I was not very good at that. I didn't know that there was a game being played. So...
Yeah, and sometimes people will ignore the game, and depending on the athlete and different things, that could be the choice you make.
Good grind for Ariane. Looks good.
And generally you got yellows from the side. It's probably butt. Yeah,
her butt came up.
Yeah, you can see from this.
There's daylight there.
Yeah,
there's a little bit of daylight. All right, we have Nicola attempting an even 100 kilos, 220 pounds for her third and final attempt.
And again, Nicola, trying to keep within reach here of the first place, and again, needs to make successful lifts here to stay in the running. Excellent lifter by any standard.
Nicola is currently in second place.
Yes.
I'm noticing that both Destiny and Alexia have put in 106. So we'll see what happens
Yes,
for our
so
last two bench pressers.
Yeah, so the person that has the higher lat number will get to go last on that.
That was a really nice fight.
There we go. Good fight for Nicola.
All right, so
A good
And
third
Nicola,
lift.
for these two,
you know, keeping the numbers, she's 6 for 6 now, and
She is.
do it again. We're gonna go
I think she's
106.
going to definitely be a factor for the gold medal once it comes down to it.
The next attempt is going to go automatically up to 106.5. That's what we would
So Alexia must have the higher lot number. She's going first, is that correct?
No, it's the lower
Other
lot
way,
number.
lower
Yeah,
lot
so you
number.
actually follow your order of weighing in, yes.
So Alexia goes first, and if she's successful, then we'll assume Destiny will put in 106.5.
It automatically changes.
It automatically,
Yeah.
okay. Could she put in a higher number if she really wanted to?
No, not at that point.
At that point, no, it's settled. Okay. So 106 kilos is approximately 232, 233 pounds.
Yeah, very big bench.
Very big bench at this weight class.
It's a grind, but I think she got
I
it.
think that's good. There was a pause in the middle, but I don't think it was a stop. No, she's good. She's got it.
All right, so you guys know
Yeah, she touches a little bit more on the left side.
She
It
does.
actually drops a little, but she's done that on all three, and
It seems to be the way she benches.
yeah,
Yep.
she recovered well.
So she has the
Looks like
national
she got a
record
cramp
currently.
in her hip as she was getting up there, which often happens on a really tough bench.
Destiny will be our final bencher on platform 2, our final bencher for the evening. She'll be attempting to chip the national record by a half kilo with 106.5 kilos, approximately 234 pounds.
And the bar is loaded for Destiny. Let's hear it, you guys.
Looks good, yeah.
Boy, that looks good to me.
I didn't see anything wrong, and
Yeah, she's got
referees
it.
agree.
Boy, two great bench pressers at the end there. Back and forth national records.
Get a record, have it stolen. Get a record, have it stolen.
All right,
We're going into our 20-minute break.
we are going to take a break for about 20 minutes. We'll join you again in 20 minutes for deadlifts. And again,
We'll be back in 5 because we have the other group will be starting in 5 minutes.
That's right.
And
Platform 1 is ahead of us, so we will be back in about 5 minutes. That's
yes,
correct.
and platform 2 will be 20 minutes.
Great finish to our bench. National records back and forth at the end. Back in 5 minutes. All right, we are back for our deadlift portion of our Session 8, the evening session here at the CPU Nationals 2025 Powerlifting Nationals. Jeff Budd is here beside me, Mark Magnuson talking to you. We have deadlifts on platform 1 starting in about 10 seconds. We have Kushpreet opening with a 110 kilo attempt for her first, and the bar is loaded.
That's a nice, easy opener.
Yeah, looks like a good opener.
And that's a good lift for Yuma.
3 whites. And Victoria is next with 120 kilo first attempt.
Bar is loaded for Victoria, 120 kilos on the bar.
Victoria's in the 57 kilo weight class.
So we do have a number of 57 kilo lifters that are all, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lifters that are all within 25 kilos of each other at the start of our deadlift session in the 57 kilo class. Victoria with what looks like a good first attempt.
Yeah, I don't see any issues with
Nice
that lift.
opener from Victoria. That is a good lift.
Jara's next, 130 kilos is the opener.
Up next we have Jara, 130 kilos on the bar. On deck Christina. In the hole is Michelle. Bar is loaded for Jara.
And looks like a very smooth opener.
3 white lights for Jara.
Good lift on
Christina's up next with a 140 opener. When we watch our lifters, again, for lifters, they know this, but for those that maybe aren't very familiar, you see a lot of white on their legs, but you also see a lot of white on their hands, and there's 2 different reasons for that.
Yes, and so on their hands is chalk, and that actually helps them with the grip of the bar, and on their legs is generally baby powder or talc, and that helps to reduce the friction of pulling, and you don't want to mix either with the other.
You do not.
If you get baby powder on your hands, you could drop the bar, and if you get chalk on your legs instead of baby powder, the bar could stick to your legs. So it's very much, I tell my lifters, you keep your hands away as you're putting on the baby powder.
And the baby powder, because when you're deadlifting, especially sumo deadlifters, but conventional lifters too, you want to keep that bar as close to your body as possible because it's a more efficient fulcrum in terms of lifting.
Exactly.
So if the bar rides up on your shins and your thighs, you're actually in a good position.
Exactly, for sure. And we have Michelle here. Now, it doesn't look like Michelle has any on, but some lifters just elect not to do that.
Oh, yeah.
And that might be a case the way she deadlifts, I don't think the weight touches her legs much at all. And so might not affect her as much as it would, let's say, someone who's conventional.
Right, I was going to mention that for those deadlifters where the weight typically doesn't slide up the leg, you probably don't need the baby powder or talc powder.
Yeah.
Joey Lee here with 142.5 for her opener.
Very good deadlift openers here so far.
Ainsley will also open with a 142.5 kilos. We are about halfway through our first attempts on platform 1.
2.5.
We also see two styles of deadlifting as well. Again, for our lifters, they know what that is. For maybe people new to the sport, can you give us an explanation of conventional versus sumo lifting?
Yeah, so conventional is the closer stance where your hands are outside your legs. I would say it's generally used for people who have strong lower backs. And then you have the sumo stance, generally used by people that are very flexible, have strong hips.
So we'll see here what Karine uses at 150.
She's sumo,
She's
as I recall, yeah.
Sumo lifter. There you go. Yeah. You see the wide stance.
And it's named sumo, obviously, after the way the sumo
wrestler
starts their stance before a match. Yes.
Exactly. And the hands are placed inside the knees as opposed to outside.
Exactly. Very easy opener.
Very easy opener for her.
Queen seems to be on her game today for sure.
She does. Julianne is up with 150 as well for her opener.
Bar stays at 150. Bars loaded.
We have 3 or 4 of the girls so far is elected to do their belt up on the platform. It's the only part of your equipment you're allowed to adjust on the platform. I don't think I would do that because I think I would forget.
I'm with you. I would forget. I cannot do that on the platform. Once I'm on the platform, I zone out. That's not something I want to remember.
Yeah, for sure.
It just seems to me like I want that before I'm walking out on the platform. But for some people, it becomes a ritual, and they just subconsciously do it that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Under 8 minutes to lifting on platform 2, which means we are just under 5 minutes to change opening attempts.
All right, we have Andrea on platform 1 at 155 kilos. We just heard from our platform announcer that platform 2 will start in about 8 minutes. There we go. Looks like a good lift for Andrea.
Andrea takes care of that opener.
And again, as we watch all of our lifters, you see little kind of rituals or little kind of idiosyncrasies that they all have that are kind of part of their process in getting ready, whether it's a squat or a bench or a deadlift.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just things that people develop. Sometimes something they may pick up from somebody else, and sometimes it's their own thing. But you definitely see a lot of different things.
That looks good. And Joannie is good at 157.5. Jenny will be attempting 160. We're getting just to the bottom of our first round of deadlift attempts on platform 1.
And Jenny is in the 52 kilos, so the lighter of these this particular group.
She is.
160 kilos.
It's a very big opener.
Unfortunately, Jenny was our lifter that did not have a successful bench.
Yeah, so I mean, she might have been, looking at the top of the class here, but unfortunately had her last bench turned down.
Looks good. Had to work for it a little bit at the top.
Yeah.
Yep, good lift for her.
And again, sometimes too, when you have that disappointment of missing all 3 of your benches as such she did, that may be an easier lift on another day. But sometimes it's that kind of you get down because you know that it's for naught. Let's say. But hopefully she can come back and make all 3 deadlifts and have something to salvage from the event. And it is a big learning experience, and it's something that once it does happen, you never want to happen again.
Sydney is our final deadlifter in our first round, 165 kilo attempt. And then we'll go back up to the top of the order for the second attempts.
Platform 2, you have 75, nope, sorry.
A little slow off the floor, but that often happens with sumo
Exactly.
deadlifting.
She's sitting in 3rd place overall, I believe, right now.
Yep.
And Kushpreet now, our other 52 kilo, make 10 kilo jump. And again, that's going to be pretty typical here. You may see an outlier of a 15 kilo jump on first to second. But I think you'll see 10 and 5 or 10 and 7.5.
Sure.
Those will be pretty standard.
Yeah,
here
10
across the
kilo
board.
jump for a 52 kilo lifter is an 18% jump.
Yeah, exactly.
Our first went up very comfortably. A little bit of work on this one, but it looks good.
Yeah, don't see any problems with that. Oh,
Good lift for you,
one
Ross.
referee didn't like it. It's the number 2, which is usually lockout or maybe knees bent at the end.
2 reds on the bar for Victoria. 125.
I'm not sure. I don't
Hard to
see
say.
it, but you know,
Bar is
as I said, the
loaded,
referees
Victoria.
are a little closer than we are,
Yep.
and they're looking at the actual footage.
We have Victoria attempting 125 for her second. She is a 57 kilo lifter. A little slow to break the ground, but
Let's see what the referees say.
Yeah, we'll
I
see
think
what they
it's
say.
okay.
Victoria
Yes.
sticks with it. That's a good lift.
Jara Willer is our next lifter at 137.5 kilos for her second. So typically when you see that, it's a sumo lifter where it's slow to break the ground. What is the kind of the reasoning that goes, or what's going on there?
Well, it's a matter of staying in position with your hips. You're waiting for your hips to activate to get the bar moving from the floor, and once it breaks the floor, generally speaking, you got a fast lockout. So you're fighting to stay in position is basically what you're doing.
All right.
You're pulling hard, staying right where you are. As soon as it moves, you got it, generally.
Jara with a conventional stance, hands outside her knees. Moved very nicely for her second.
It's a great lift.
Nice work, Jara. That's a good lift on
And Christina
one.
will attempt 147.5 for her second. And we are moving along here. We are almost halfway through our second deadlift attempts on platform 1. We will be seeing platform 2 starting any minute now.
It looks like they have the bar loaded over there, so it'll be very quick here. We'll get our other group up. It's Christina jumping up 7.5 kilos.
There's a delay on platform 1.
Very good
Went up
lift.
very quickly. And 3 whites for her. Ainsley with 150 for her second.
150 kilos loaded for Ainsley.
We've had successful lifts so far.
Looks like Ainsley's sitting in 6th position right now.
She is sitting in 6th. Just a mention again of our sponsors. Visit Moosejaw, SBD Apparel Canada, Inner Strength Products, and SAS Lotteries. SBD Apparel Canada. SBD is known as being an elite provider of powerlifting equipment. And for all your Inner Strength products, powerlifting products, Inner Strength here in Moosejaw provides both SBD and other products. They are across the way here, not more than 15 meters from where we're sitting. And they are open all week here during the event.
Bar is loaded.
Michelle
for
Dye with
Michelle.
150 for her second.
All right, we are just 1 minute from lifting here on platform 2. And our first 5 lifters will be Emmy, Emma, Sasha, Christina, and Jody Ann.
So as you hear by the platform announcer, platform 2 will start in a minute or so. Michelle getting ready on platform 1. That moved very quickly.
Well, almost a little bobble at the top. I think
Yeah,
she maybe.
yeah, they called it.
Oh, and she's also grabbing the back of her
Hamstring
thigh,
again, yep.
or the back for hamstring her thigh. She was grabbing them.
I went up very quickly, and then she just had that little bobble, and it came down just ever so briefly.
Asking for a bar clean.
We have Corinne attempting 157.5. She's jumping 7.5 kilos for her second. She is in front as a 52 kilo lifter. She's currently in first place.
Bar is loaded green.
Yeah, definitely a couple of people breathing down her neck,
Yep.
so she has to stay consistent, continue making her lifts. On platform 2, we have Emma will be the first lifter up, and she's our 43 kilo lifter at 85 kilos.
Bars loaded.
Looks like Corrine
Should be a good lift.
should be okay, yeah.
Green lights.
See,
Joey
she's
Lee.
certainly in the driver's seat now.
Oh, Joey Lee is making a big jump.
The weight at
15 kilo jump to 157.5 on platform 1.
And a good first attempt on 2. 95 kilos
And
on
again,
the bar,
she's
please, for
sitting
Emma.
in second place, so she
She's-
may be making a move for the gold medal position.
She's currently a significant amount behind Corinne, but I mean, 15 kilo jump here is certainly going to help her catch up.
Yes, and she was, I think she had that very snappy opening deadlift.
She did. We have Emma on platform 2 attempting 85 kilos for her opener as a 47 kilo lifter. Boy, that went up and down very quickly.
Easy.
And
It's a little too much, yeah, because 15 kilos, she may have been just trying to close the gap.
yeah, and that's a huge jump at that body weight.
Yes, exactly.
All right, we have Julianne on platform 1 attempting 160, and we have Sasha attempting 112.5 as a 47 kilo lifter.
Loaded on 2.
So as we see these lifters' second and third attempts, you're going to be seeing 3 times body weight for many of these girls.
Yeah, and that's very impressive.
Sasha with a very quick opener.
Look speedy, 3 wet
Looks
legs,
like
1
Julianne's is also good. It is.
It is, yes.
But the lift is good.
And we have Christina opening at 130 on platform 2, and Andrea will be taking her second at 162.5 on platform 1. Yeah, as we see the 52 and 57s and the 47s as well, you're going to see these young ladies attempting 3 times their body weight. I mean, this just speaks to the quality of the lifters and just how much our powerlifting has come in the last 10, 15 years.
Yes, for sure. 3 times body weight for even an open female in-equipped was very rare. And these young ladies are now doing it, seems fairly regularly, and their juniors may be involved with sport for a year or 2. Oh. Unfortunately, she had it locked out.
Yep, bit of a grip issue on the left hand.
Yeah.
Sydney will be attempting 167.5 on platform 1. She's only jumping up 2.5 kilos. Jody Ann is attempting 130 for her opener on platform 2.
And we are loaded on 1.
So again, Sydney is close to 3 times her body weight with this second attempt.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors for this event. We have Visit Moosejaw, SPT
Very good opener for Jody Ann.
Inner Strength Products, and Sask Lottery.
I wonder if Sydney is timing out. She timed out her last bench press as well, and I'm wondering what's going on, if she's just feeling, she got the 1 in for her deadlift, and I wonder if there's potential injury maybe.
She could be a potential injury. She may just save her energy and
the
go
last
for the gusto in her last deadlift
Sure.
and go for the win or a better placing.
But it does appear to be that she's going to time out for her second and save her energy for her third.
We'll see now by what attempt goes in for her third.
Exactly. Ariane on platform 2 with her opener at 130.
Looked very good.
Yep. And Sophia will be attempting 135 on platform 2 here momentarily.
135 on the bar, please, for Sophia.
We got Joannie on platform 1 at 167.5. It's a 10 kilo jump for her.
Here we go.
And loaded on 2.
We have the 2 different styles contrasting, which is nice to look at. See the conventional versus the sumo.
Looks like good lift on 1.
Yeah. And a very
All the way
good
up.
lift on
Good
2.
Good lift on on 1.
For an opener.
And a good lift
go.
on 2. 142.
So Annabelle will be attempting 142.5 for her opener on 2, and Jenny will be attempting 167.5 for her second on platform 1.
Of this attempt on 1.
Loaded on 2.
And this is a fair bit over 3 times body weight.
Can she lock it out? Can she get her shoulders back?
Very close.
I'm wondering if they're going to give it for the shoulders.
No, no lift.
She was very close.
And a good lift on 2. All right, 150 kilos on this bar.
Francesca on platform 2 will be attempting 150, and we are starting our third attempts on platform 1, our third and final attempts on deadlifts on platform 1. Kushpreet will be going here in just a moment at 122.5. And Francesca will be coming out to attempt 150 for her opener.
Of course, we have Francesca being the first of 3 ladies over 400 kilo total right now, I believe.
In the
69 kilos.
In the 69s, I think we have a number of people that are over at this point. Oh,
very easy opener.
We have 3 already over 400 kilos.
Kushpreet, hard to work, but let's see what the referees say. I think it's
Grinding
okay.
it out. Yeah, she gets it. 2 to 1.
Bar is loaded on 2.
Victoria will be trying 127.5 for her third and final attempt on platform 1. Alicia will be opening at 152.5 on platform 2. We have 3 lifters in the 69 kilo class over 400 kilos. Alexia, Nicola, and Destiny. Alexia is currently in first place.
And another good lift on
First
2.
on
Weight
pull.
stays the same place for Sarah.
Victoria, third attempt, 127.5.
Loaded on 2.
And we have Emma and Sasha in the 47 kilo category. There's a 25 kilo difference between the 2 of them. So that could be made up, although at that weight class, that would be a sizable
That'd be,
difference.
yeah, massive.
Just a bit too much today for Victoria. Great effort.
That's Sarah.
Come into play.
So with her
Good
opener.
lift.
And a good lift on 2. We're going to go up to 162.5 kilos. Please, for
Destiny with her opener at 162.5 on platform 2. And Jara for her final attempt at 145 on platform 1.
Bar is loaded. Let's go.
Loaded on 2 for Destiny.
Good opener for Destiny.
Yes, looked very smooth.
And looking good over here.
A little too much for
Bit
Jara.
too much on the day.
Great attempt.
Nicola opening with a
185 kilos on the
185
bar, please,
opener
here for
on
Nicola.
platform 2. And Christina is going to finish
152.5 for Christina.
the competition with a 152.5 for her third deadlift.
Here we go. Bar is loaded, Christina.
Loaded on 2.
In our 57 kilo class on platform 1, we have Andrea and Sydney battling it out for first place. 12 kilos, 12.5 kilos separates the 2 of them.
That could be made up. Nicole making her opener very smoothly.
Can she get her shoulders back? Christina?
Right, so we are going to go to 205.
I don't think she was given the down command, no.
Yeah, no, I think it was just short.
Yep.
Alexia's not playing around. She's just ready to just jump right in, take a national record right on her.
Wow,
very
we have a
first
national
pull.
record being
This is
attempted on
for
platform
both
2.
a national record
Alexi is attempting 205.5 kilos as a 69-kilo junior.
And Alexa broke a squat record. She broke the bench record, but it was re-broken again by
Sure.
Destiny. And now she's opening up with a deadlift record, which I assume would also mean she has the total record at this point.
I would think so. I believe this puts her over 500 kilos for a total.
So Ainley jump 5. And she's got to finish the lockout.
There we
Looks
go.
good.
Alexia, that was an easy opener for her.
To be young again.
No lift for Joey. And again, the coach is coming to. Oh, I think there may have been a mistake by the referee.
95 kilos on the bar, please, for Emmy.
Okay. Yeah, so coach didn't have to argue. The referee hit the wrong light.
I'm having trouble moving my mouse here trying to get these numbers up. Not working the way I'd like it to. There we go. Nope, that's not what I want either.
Joey missed
This is
157.
for a national record total attempt here over Emmy. Let's hear you.
I think she's, no, grip issue.
Just
Yep.
that grip, yeah.
Just couldn't hang on.
I think they're saying Emma's lift here is a national record as well. Very easy
Very easy.
deadlift.
So
And a good lift.
Alexia has put in 216 for her second attempt. That's 10.5 kilo jump, and that'll put her well over 500 kilos.
That's so impressive.
That is a very big number for a 69 junior. We have Michelle with her third and final attempt at 157.5. And we have Emma on platform 2 attempting her second at 100 kilos.
Yeah, Emma's opener was very easy.
And so was her second.
So was her second, yeah. She actually grabs both her hands on the smooth of the bar, which is...
Would be very difficult for me. I could not do that.
yeah, it wouldn't work for me either. So Michelle die. 150 and then jump to 157.
Can she hang on to it? There we go.
But again, I think it's very much a technique thing, and she got it.
Got it. Good for her. We have Sasha on platform 2 attempting 122.5 kilos. That is just under 3 times her body weight. We're very close. It's a big deadlift for a 47-kilo junior.
It is.
And we have Kareen on platform 1 attempting 162.5 kilos.
Very easy for
Very
Sasha.
comfortable.
And more white lights on platform 2. Nice work. 135 kilos, please, for Ariane.
So is this a national total, they said, for Corinne?
I'm not sure.
Oh, this thing just, there we go. Would be a 375 total. Would be a 380 total if she makes it.
It's a little
Just
too
a
much.
bit too much on the day.
I think that's the only lift she has missed.
She's feeling a little dizzy. She's fine. She'll be all right. There we go. Ariane
And making her second look very easy.
second is good.
All right, we got more white lights, and we're going to go to 137.5 for Christina.
So I believe Corinne will finish as our first place finisher in the 52 kilo class. She's too far ahead for anyone to catch.
These lifters are giving it their all. Come on.
We have a number of 57 kilo lifters competing for those spots below first place. Andrea's attempting 162.5 again.
Christina jumped to 137.5, and it's could be a fairly easy lift.
140, please.
Andrea missed
Andrea-
162, but let's see.
She
Got it.
And she's done it.
I think it was a shoulder issue last time, and I think she took care of that.
Yep.
All right, Julianne, 165 for her third and final deadlift on platform 1, and Jodianne with 140 for her second on platform 2.
Voted on 2.
We're starting to see some of these
kilos.
Results starting to take place here as we look. It appears Alexia has first place almost sewn up in our 69s. We have Emmy as our 43, and we have, well, it's close for the 47s, but I do think it's a bit too much for a third deadlift. We'll have to see. She got her shoulders back.
Let's see what the referees say.
No lift, but great effort, great lifting from Julianne.
A little delay on the lights here on platform 2. Good lift.
So Sydney is up on platform 1 for her third lift. She's going to retake 167.5. And we have Sophia on platform 2 attempting a 12.5 kilo jump at 147.5. We are about halfway through. Our lifters on platform 1.
Following the conclusion of the event,
halfway through round 2 on platform 2.
Yes.
And we are almost finished on platform 1. We have 3 lifters left.
Now, is Sydney coming out, I wonder?
See, that she timed out last time.
Yeah.
That's what I was concerned, that she put in a low number for her opener deadlift to get a total.
Yes.
But remember, on the bench, I think she had a cramp or something that happened on the way off the platform.
The last 2 lifters of the day.
So we have Sophia trying 147.5 on platform 2.
Here we go. That's a no lift on 1.
Sophia with a tough second, but a good one, I think.
And we have an attempt change on 1.
One red light, but that's a good lift.
Good lift over here, 152.5 kilos on the bar.
Jenny is attempting.
Jenny Hua will be attempting.
Looks like a national record, 171.
Now, how does that work if she did not have a bench total? Can she still do that?
It will not count officially.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got
So,
what you're saying.
so again,
Loaded on 2.
you know, as I said, like she's probably trying to salvage something from this meet,
Yeah,
and that
absolutely.
she could go out and.
Jenny!
Absolutely.
Is loaded!
We have Annabelle attempting 152.5 on platform 2. And Jenny is going to attempt a deadlift, which would have given her a national record at 171.
And another good lift on 2, 157.5 now for Francesca.
Boy, can she can't get that last, can't get the shoulders back. That's the issue with sumo. If you get it off the ground, really the only other place you're going to maybe potentially fail is at getting the shoulders back.
Exactly, yes.
All right, our last lifter on platform 1, 172.5 for Joanne Poulin. This, I believe, might get her into third place.
Okay.
I believe this puts her in third place if she can make this lift. Francesca on platform 2 at 157.5. Let's get the shoulders back. It looks good. There's a bit of a hitch in the middle. We'll have to see.
Let's see what the referees say.
Yeah. The strength was there. There was just a little hitch in the middle.
Yeah, and the coach is going to ask the jury, which is their right.
Right.
And we do have a jury member missing, so I'm not sure that they could overturn it anyway.
Once again, thank you to our sponsors from Visit Moosejaw, SPG Apparel Canada, Intertrade Products.
So platform 2, we are wrapping up the end of round 2 for our deadlifts. We'll go into the third attempts here in a moment.
So far, we are all good at deadlifts. I'm not jinxing anything. I'm just keeping it going.
So we're just wrapping up the end of the second attempts on platform 2 here. Alicia is going to be attempting 165. That's a 12.5 kilo jump for her.
Bar is loaded for Alicia.
Again, Alicia elects to buckle her belt on the platform.
Bit much.
Yeah,
It was a big second
also,
attempt
she's
jump.
just grabbing the back of her calf. She may have had a small injury there.
175
Hopefully
kilos
nothing
on
too
this
serious.
bar, please, for Destiny. And then finishing up our second attempts with Nicola
Destiny will be attempting
and
175. That's a 12.5 kilo jump for her as well. For her second.
And she's sitting in third.
Currently sitting in third place.
And she'd have to make up a lot of ground, so she might
Yeah, I don't
might
think
be
there's
set in stone here.
I don't
for
think there's
third.
enough there to make up the ground to second. It's a significant jump. But she can solidify third place here. I do believe that will get her third place.
Yep.
Nicola is up. She is making a 15-kilo jump to 200 kilos for her second attempt. That puts her at 480. It's not going to catch Alexia, but it certainly is getting her closer.
Yeah, and I mean this is a total for a young lady in this weight class and age category that I think on most days.
Be thrilled.
It's going to be a gold medal.
Yeah.
Today, Alexia just breaking records on every lift. Just not likely to be catched.
No, I don't believe she can be caught today. Nice pull by Nicola. Very nice. 3 whites.
Easy looking second. All right, remember how we had an opening attempt that was a national deadlift record and a national total record? And she smoked it. All right, so she's going to go up to 216 kilos on her second attempt.
That's another 10.5 kilo jump on top of a national record. So,
yeah, I wonder if she's eyeing up the magical 500 pounds. If she makes this one select.
This puts her over. This puts her over. Yeah, this one puts her over.
Oh, I mean 500 pounds for deadlift.
Oh, 500 pound, not the 500 kilo total, 500 pound deadlift.
Yeah, this has already put her. Yeah, 500.
I suppose
kilo total
she could go for a 227.5 for her third, I guess.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Let's see if she makes this easy.
See how much work it takes to get this one.
This is probably one of the most impressive performances I've seen from junior in a long time.
Boy, look at that. I mean, there's a bit of work there, but there's still some room to add some weight.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's still room there to add weight. Yeah, that is a big number.
You guys are feeding these kids in Quebec, but holy smokes.
508 total currently. She's got a deadlift left. 508 kilo total, and she's got another one left.
Yes, that's amazing.
Yeah, that is a big number. She just passed the 100 GL points too.
Oh, and that's rarely done in the junior age category.
Nicola also passed. I should say this. Nicola also passed the GL 100 point. She's at 101.4. Alexi is at 106.8 for GL points. That's just a big number. Yeah, that 100 point GL barrier is kind of a standard a lot of people aspire to if you're a really international or national elite lifter.
Yeah, and I mean, she would be competitive in the open group for sure.
She would. So we have a third round here coming up. Emmy is attempting 102.5. It's a big jump for a 43 kilo lifter. She's attempting the national record. It's a 7.5 kilo jump for her.
I think she broke the record on her second.
Did
for
she?
deadlift,
Okay. And I remember, I believe it went up fairly quickly too.
Yes.
So. Let's get the shoulders back.
Looks good.
That looks good to me. And she's got the national record again.
For perspective, she lifted 102 kilos on her third deadlift, and she weighed in at like 41 kilo body weight. Like, I'm not even going to do the math on that because it's been a long day, but you do it.
Yep.
105 kilos on the bar, please, for Emma.
Emma's attempting 105 for her third. She's the 47 kilo lifter. She is currently in first place for the 47s. The two lifters, she is in first place. I noticed Sasha has put in a huge number. Well, I'm still not sure that's going to catch her. It might.
And the bar is
We'll have to
sometimes you put in a number that works for the time,
Right.
and just waiting to see if someone,
Right.
if there's a miss, then you might be able to lower that number or up it a little bit more if that's what you need. Again, that's very easy lift.
All three of Emma's deadlifts were pretty
Good for
straightforward.
here.
Yeah.
She's happy with that. So I've noticed, as I mentioned, Sasha put in a big third attempt. I still don't think it's enough to catch Emma, though.
We have an attempt change.
Yep, here it comes. Because Sasha's first two flew off the ground, so.
All right, it's going to change our order.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we're going to go to 140 kilos.
Sasha
here
added
for
another
Ariane.
7.5 kilos to her.
Yeah.
She's gonna try and win this on her
Gonna
third.
take a shot at it.
She's
Yeah.
gonna take a shot at it.
It's one of those things. Maybe if you're sitting in second place and you got nothing to lose at this point.
Yep.
I've seen very strange things happen on a powerlifting meet.
All right. So because of that, we have an order change here. Ariane is going to go third at 140 kilos.
Bar is loaded for Ariane.
You know, I'm trying to think. You know, you mentioned how a lot of these junior lifters will emulate another lifter in terms of how they do things on the platform.
Yes.
And you know this better than I do. I'm trying to
There we
remember,
go.
but
3 wide
am I
lengths.
right? Isn't it Jessica
Now we're gonna
Bittner
go
that does the
142.5
buckle
kilos
just before she
for
walks on or
Sasha.
as she's walking on?
After Sasha,
Because that would be
Christina,
somebody I would think a
and
lot of young female lifters would
I think
emulate.
she does it late as she's walking into the platform or
Right,
onto the platform.
right.
I do believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of a
Lifters on
female lifter, a
platform
Canadian
1
female
and
lifter
back.
that does that, or
Start
you know,
getting ready.
an elite
We
international
are
lifter.
gonna
And
Yes.
be
I
starting
think
to
it's
roll
Jessica.
through pretty quickly after the conclusion of lifting on this platform. Bar is loaded for Sasha.
Sasha's
Yes,
making
it was a 20-kilo
a
jump.
20-kilo jump at a 47-kilo body weight. Is just a massive increase. But her first two flew off the ground. I mean, she did not have any trouble with the first two. So we'll have to see how this goes. No, not
Nah,
today.
little too much.
That's a big jump.
Just not quite there today.
Christina with 145 for her third attempt.
45 kilos, please, for Christina.
As we work our way through our third attempts, we're just shy of halfway through. We have about 8 or 9 lifters left. There might be some jockeying for position here for the 69s. Our 43 and our 47s are done for the night. So all of our remaining lifters are 69-kilo lifters.
And again, someone may have had a goal of finishing in the top 5 here, so they may particularly change that their attempt to move them in 5th.
Yep.
Whatever the case might be.
Last pull, best pull. Let's see it.
We have 11 69-kilo lifters. So as you pointed out, moving from 8th to 5th or 7th to 4th or something might be very important to someone.
Exactly. And a lot of times people look at the, coming into it, where the rankings are, and you might set that as a goal. Maybe you might know you're not going to win, but can I move up 2 spaces from where I'm nominated?
Can I place top 5 or whatever?
Exactly.
We're gonna
Yes.
go to Annabelle, and then Sophia.
All right, Jody Ann is going to attempt
9
150.
pulls left
It's another
for the
10-kilo
day.
jump for her third and final attempt. I've just looked at Alexia's third attempt. She didn't quite go for 500 pounds. 222 and a half.
Very good.
So she's going for 489, 490. 490-pound deadlift for her third attempt. And another
Still
national
very,
record.
very impressive.
Very, just a massive deadlift for a 69-kilo junior.
Oh, a little too much.
Yeah.
And just not quite there. Got it to her knees.
Annabelle is next, 157 and a half, 5 kilo jump for her for her third
157.5
attempt.
kilos, just shy of 350 pounds for Annabelle. After Annabelle, we will move to Sophia and then to Francesca.
So as I mentioned, we have first, second, and third are probably, even fourth are probably settled, but fifth through ninth could, I mean, depending on how these last attempts go, can really change quite a bit.
Exactly.
And the bar is
So we
loaded.
might see a few changes here as well. And of course, you get 2 changes in the deadlift if you elect to do so.
Let's go, Annabelle.
And in the powerlifting event, deadlift is the only lift you can change once you submit a slip for the weight that you're going to attempt. A little too much as well for Annabelle.
Yeah.
Like I said, third attempts going all out, often going for PRs, numbers they haven't touched
We have
before.
Sophia attempting her third at 157 and a half. It's a 10 kilo jump for her.
For Sophia.
I'm guessing that big a jump on her third, she's probably looking to move up a placement or 2. That would move her up. Well, it would move her up 1 placement. Actually, it would move her up 2. Just the 1. No, just the 1 placement if she gets this. But again, that can change depending on a lifter coming up later.
Exactly. And as a coach, if you have a particular goal, you want to make sure that your lifter is in that place if they make a successful attempt, and then leave it up to the next person to
beat it.
outduel them.
Yep, sure.
Little too much.
Yep.
Well, and again, looking to move up a couple of places.
Right. And I mean, that's what third attempts are for. You should be right on the edge. You don't want to leave anything. You want to go and attempt what you think is possible on the day, and sometimes it's a bit too much, and sometimes it's there.
6 pulls left, you guys. 6 pulls left.
Francesca with a 2.5 kilo jump to 160. Francesca is currently in 5th place.
Of course, in the third deadlift round, they clean the bar after every lifter.
And the bar is loaded for Francesca.
Currently in 5th place.
Yep, with 380.
I don't think she could move up. Looks like it's a good pull.
There we go.
Francesca looks like
Nice work.
I think that's where she'll finish in 5th.
Just a little bit here to
We have Alicia
165 kilos
re-attempting
on bar.
165. And then we have our first, second, third, and 4th place finishers finishing up our deadlift after Alicia. And I don't believe there'll be any placement changing.
And the bar is loaded. Let's see it out there.
Get the shoulders back.
Definitely
There you
better-
go.
Better start, and I think she got it.
Yeah, that looks like a
And
good
she's
lift,
grabbing her
man.
calf again. She's
Again.
having that issue. Let's see.
There
She
you
made
go.
the lift.
There we go.
Got to be happy with
That
that.
was some nice patience through the top. As you see, we also had an attempt change come in. Don't think it changes anything right now. We're going to go to 170 kilos for Sarah. Order stays the same
Sarah's
for our
attempting
next lifter.
170.
kilos for Sarah.
If she gets this, she'll have a 407 and a half total. And that would put her in 4th place.
And the bar is loaded for Sarah. Let's see it out there, Sarah. Big pull, kid.
It looks like our final pulls will be the final order of the placings.
Way to be
Nice
patient,
job by Sarah.
Nice work.
Good.
Looked like it was going to be tough off the floor, and then she just finished it off.
We're going to go to 182.5 kilos.
Destiny's attempting 182.5.
And it looks like Destiny has gone 8 for 8 so far.
She has. And
Actually has all 3 of the
After Destiny, 2 pulls
ladies
left.
on an 8 for 8 day. I don't think I see any misses for either one. And
Nope.
again, that's why the totals
are so high.
tend to accumulate when you don't miss lifts.
And Destiny is solidly in 3rd place. She's not going higher. She's not going lower. She should finish in 3rd place. And this would give her a 426.5 total because of that national record attempt. So a little, an odd number, but 426.5 if she gets this.
Yeah, and she does walk away today with a bench press record as
That's
well,
right.
and a bronze medal overall. So
Yep, a great day
I'm sure
for her.
she's happy with that.
Patient off the ground. Can she grind it out?
Just a
That was so
little
close.
bit
A
short.
little bit too much.
We're
Yeah.
going to 210 kilos. We got
Nicola has
2
loaded
deadlifts
210
left.
on the bar for her 3rd.
210 kilos for Nicola. After Nicola, we're going to see 1 more national record attempt.
That would give Nicola a 490 total if she makes this. That's another huge total.
Yeah, that's
210 kilos.
impressive in
Junior 69 kilo
for any age group
weight class.
for sure,
That's
and
not even our
over
heaviest deadlift.
100 points, I believe.
She would, yeah, she'll finish with over 100 GL points.
It's amazing, 2 juniors over 100 GL points in the same class.
And Nicola, your bar is loaded. Let's go. How much do you want this, kid? Let's go.
A little too much.
Not there today. No, not that extra 10 kilos, no.
All right, so.
Really good day for her.
222.5 kilos. Let's run in the heck for Alexia. National record attempt. And I got somebody here who's going to tell you some stuff in another language, because I think that's what she speaks.
Ok, mesdames et messieurs, dernier deadlift, soirée Alexia Lemire du Québec, 222,5 kg. On fait du bruit!
Alexia attempting 222.5 kilos, another national record attempt. It would give her 514.5 on the day, a huge total.
Bars loaded. Let's go.
Points of 106.
Let's go Alexia, on fait du bruit tout le monde!
Oh, wow. Wow.
Almost easy.
I don't even know.
She should have tried 227 and a half. It was there.
I think it was there.
It was there. Wow. Congratulations to her. What a great day for her. And that is your first place winner for the 69 kilo class. A very competitive group, some outstanding performances, a number of national records broken. What a great evening of lifting. The sport is in really good hands when you watch the junior lifters on a night like tonight on session 8.
Yeah,
So
100%, and yeah, sports going places with lifters like that for sure.
all right, I'm going to thank Jeff here. Mark signing off.
Thank you,
We'll
Mark.
see you tomorrow. Session 9 starts at, I believe, 9 or 9:30 tomorrow morning. Thanks very much.